Hi everyone! Today we're gonna be continue learning about while loops, but this time we're gonna add else into the picture. So while and else. So here we go! So over here you can see another program. At the top as usual, that's what we're going to learn today. Then the rules and lastly the program. Today we'll be learning about while and else together. So let's see what happens without else and with else. Without else. When the while loop's condition is false, then the program just stops, as we explored in the last video. And with else, when the while loop's condition is false, the else takes over. So in this program, we can first check it out without the else. So hold on, I'll just put that back in and comment it. Comment this. Right. Now when I run this, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as said, because I is equal to 1, then while I or 1 is smaller than 6, which it is, print I or print 1. So it printed 1. Then it did I is equal to I plus 1, so it increased the value of I by 1, and then it went back to the top of this while loop, and this time I is smaller than 6, but this time is 2, and so on. So that's basically what's happened around here. But as you can see, it just stopped because once it said I is equal to 6, well, that's not true, so it just stopped. Then with the else, so now when I run this, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it says the while loop conditions are now false. So now that the while loop conditions are false, which they are, then it simply just printed that because I told it to print that. So that's basically what happens. When the while loop's condition is false, the else takes over. That way, it won't simply abruptly stop the entire program, and the people won't really get confused, or the users won't get confused basically. Let's see what happens when we change this smaller than to, okay, so we can change it to that. So bigger than 6. Well, it simply says the while loop conditions are now false because because I is 1, so it's never really gonna be it's never going to be smaller than 6, and it's always going to be bigger than 6, so this while loop is completely false. But what happens if we change it to something that's bigger than 6, suppose 7? So now when I run this, it's gonna keep going forever because this while loop will never be false. So as you can see, it's an infinite loop, and infinite loops are basically loops that never end. As you can see, it's like keep going, keep going, keep going, because this while loop is not ever gonna be false. Because I keep adding 1 over here, and it keeps increasing the value by 1, and it keeps going, 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 and it's never gonna stop. So we can just take that away. And we can see what happens if we say smaller than equal to 6. So if it's smaller than equal to 6, then when I run it, and this is 1, so when I run this, it simply says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this time the condition is not that it's only smaller than 6. This time the condition is that it's smaller than and equal to 6. But if I change the smaller than to bigger than, then, and if I change this to 6, then again this while loop is gonna go on forever, as you can see. And oops, sorry about that. And this is because, okay, so just gonna move that down. Right. Now this is because like it's never gonna end, because like it's equal to 6, that's correct. And then it just keeps going and going because the condition is that it's bigger. So that's basically what's happening.